stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope we are all having a good day. Boom. I got one more to do. I think maybe what I'll do is just get the full version of that song on there now. There we go. Okay, I'm here. Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. Give it till the 2-minute mark. We'll get started. So I've been trying to hook up this new camera. I'm having a hell of a time with it. I didn't think I'd have this much trouble with it. Definitely is. It definitely is not plug and play. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. It probably has to do with. Probably need to download some software or something. Probably. So. All right, we're hitting that 2-minute mark. So today we're talking about a full and thankful heart. Right. I was looking at that to see what page I needed. As Bill sees it, 37. One exercise that I practice is to try for a full inventory of my blessings and then a right acceptance of the many gifts that are mine, both temporal and spiritual. Here, I try to achieve a state of joyful gratitude. When such a brand of gratitude is repeatedly affirmed and pondered, it can finally displace the natural tendency to congratulate myself on whatever progress, I may have enabled to make in some areas of living. Okay, I'm going to go back through this. Because, I mean, I don't think that there's a problem with congratulating yourself. Right. But I do see where he's coming from on the joyful gratitude, because when your life is full of joyful gratitude, you tend to do things differently. You tend to react differently. You tend to do things differently. I don't think there's anything wrong with patting yourself on the back. Just don't break your arm doing it. Right? If happiness comes from within, then happiness comes from within. So good job, Dion. There, I'm done. Over. You don't need to say, oh, yeah, I'm just such the best. And, nobody likes a braggart. Right? I tried to hold fast to the truth that a full and thankful heart cannot entertain great conceits. When brimming with gratitude, one's heartbeat must surely be the result of outgoing love, the finest emotion that we can ever know. Yeah, it's pretty hard to be. Hey, Jackie, good to see you. It's pretty hard to be a jerk when you're brimming with gratitude, right? Your attitude just isn't, it gives you a better attitude. Not that. So, did you get home okay, Jackie? All right. I believe that we in Alcoholics Anonymous are fortunate enough in that we are constantly reminded of the need to be grateful and how important gratitude is to our sobriety. We have to be reminded of a lot of things because our forgetters work very, very well. So, I'm truly grateful for the sobriety God has given me through the AA program. And I'm glad that I can give back what was given to me freely. I'm grateful not only for sobriety, but for the quality of life my sobriety has brought. Not home yet? Okay. Well, I've been praying for you. I hope you're doing all right. Dude, not right now. No, you messed stuff up. I love you, but not right now. And the quality of my life. Yes. The quality of my life is much different now. I can be available to people when they need me. I can handle situations which used to baffle me sometimes, unless it's my camera. You weren't here for that, Jackie. I was talking about my new camera, and I'm just having a heck of a time trying to figure out. It took me 24 hours to learn how to figure out how to charge the darn thing. All right. So maybe I just need to step back and look at the directions. I don't know. I just don't know. It is very frustrating though. Anyway. God has been gracious enough to give me sober days and a life blessed with peace and contentment, as well as the ability to give and receive love. That's a big thing to be able to give and receive love the right way, right? You guys know what the 5 love languages are? If you don't, you might want to learn them because if you want people to respect you, trust you, then you're going to need to love them how they like being loved, right? My big thing when working with others is I want them to feel safe, just like my podcast, just like here. I want you to feel safe. I want you to know that you're in a safe space. I've I've um I have practiced a lot at creating those, right? And when you do this and you start doing esteemable things, then people can rely on you. They know that they can tell you something and that'll stay with you, right? Because we don't need to be spreading other people's drama around. I very much dislike it when a sponsor starts yakking about their sponsee to somebody else, or when they're in a meeting. Yeah, I have a sponsee, and they're just not. I'm glad to hear that, Jackie. Jackie's saying there's nobody on. It's just you and me right now, Jackie. So, but for people doing the rewatch, Jackie is saying that her heart is full and that she's in a good place, and we're glad to hear that because she's been going through some tough times. So, guess what? She did it sober. Good fucking job, Jackie. I'm proud of you. That's tough. That is tough stuff to do. It really is. So good on you, Jackie. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. As well as the ability to give, receive love, and the opportunity to serve others in our fellowship, my family, and my community. For all of this, I have a full and thankful heart. There's that big one right there. There's that big one. And the opportunity to serve others. That's huge. And why is that huge? Because that means that you've made it to a place where you have something somebody else wants. And we can measure our quality of sobriety on that, right? Don't get too deep into it, though. Just take it for what it is, because God is the one that determines your worth. I'll sell myself short all day long if I run around trying to um, determine my worth. And I will not only that, I would fall so short of it that I would end up missing out on a lot of gifts that God would give me. Mm, okay? And God's going to put opportunities in front of you. Whether you take them or not is up to you. That's not God testing you. God doesn't My higher power does not test my faith. That's stupid and ridiculous. Other things try and test my faith, and good luck on that. Because anytime something goes squirrely in this brain, I go straight to God, man. I don't even I My brain doesn't miss a beat on that anymore. It goes straight to God. Thank you. And why? Because I do service work every single day. That's what I do. I love doing service work. So, I'm certainly not looking for pity on that. I feel blessed that God has put me in a position where I can do this, right? Because we don't bring in much money. My wife's a freaking caretaker. She doesn't make that much money, right? But somehow God, every single month, keeps us all going. That's not me. That's God working in our lives, right? Now, we have that full and thankful heart. What do? We double down on God. When things are going good, you double down on God. When things are going good, you double down on God. You'd be silly not to, because God's the one that got you there. Don't you want more? I know you want more. You're an addict. I have never, there's been no drug in this freaking world that has ever given me the high of watching somebody else put their life back together. Nothing brings more joy to me than that. And guess what? It doesn't give me a hangover. All right. I kind of want to talk a little bit about intuition. Um, Intuition is the feeling that you get in your gut. Intuition is a gut feeling. Okay. I want you to listen to those. I was in a meeting the other day and I was listening to a friend. They were having a hard time. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. They did have a slip. Okay. They came right back. But this was a friend of mine, and I could feel how lost she was. And I could feel the loneliness. And she's a friend of mine. We've talked several times. Um, and we've talked several times because of what she does. It intertwines kind of with what I do. So, but it felt nice to reach out and say, hey, I know men are supposed to be with men, women with women, but I don't want you don't need to do this alone. And because we've developed a little bit of a relationship, she trusts me, and she can trust me. That's my wife. We don't do My wife and I don't do that now. If you ever saw me around my wife, you'd be like, "Oh wow, yeah, he is attached to her." Shh, don't tell her. I don't want her to get big head. All right. So what had happened? That was my intuition saying, "Hey, I know those are the rules, but we could break them a little bit." So I called and I said, "I'll be your temporary sponsor until we can find you a good fit." What's wrong with that? This is a we program. I can put aside all of my bull crap and help another person out. It doesn't matter who they are. Just like drugs and alcohol doesn't care who you are, neither do I. I don't. I don't care where you came from. I don't care if you're male or female. I don't care what your origins are. I don't care if you're halfway through becoming a different person. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to treat you with the same respect as I do everyone else because it takes a lot to ask for help. It is the hardest fucking thing in the world to do for us. So getting over that first hump and that first step is just a beautiful thing, man. I love working with people and alleviating their pain. Needless pain that they don't need to go through. We have an illness. You have a disease. We were literally born with it. It has been proven. We are born with it. The only thing it took was a drop of alcohol. Okay? All right, guys. That's what I got for today's daily reflection. Don't forget bad times. Yes, don't forget he's there through the bad times. Sorry, it was hard to read. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. I try. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow for daily reflection. Take care of yourselves. I love you. Peace out and have a day.